Secret to outsmarting a narcissist is to understand their neediness and their actual requirement for a source of narcissistic supply that's outside of them. If you think about a narcissist as an extension cord, a narcissist cannot survive unless they're able to plug their extension cord into an outlet. They need this to feel stable. And so when you refuse to be that outlet, so you plug up that outlet, you say, no more, no more, no bueno, you can't plug into me anymore, you're not getting energy from me, then it becomes easier for you to understand what it takes to outsmart a narcissist. So the goal is to become the one that a narcissist cannot attach to. What does this mean? This means that you're going to have and develop, if you don't have it yet, a willingness and a desire to not respond to a narcissist. You must develop a desire to no longer argue, punish, try to win an argument with, or change a narcissist. It's a pretty tall order because being pushed around, lightens up or, activates the amygdala. It activates the survival mechanism like, no, this is a threat, I have to push back. So overriding that impulse to want to push back and win can help you outsmart a narcissist. How is this achieved? Well, you can achieve it through a number of different ways, but some of the simplest ways to achieve it are through meditation and journaling, exercise, therapy, maybe even coaching, support groups online or in person, starting a business, and finding the flow. All of the above suggestions pull your attention and your energy away from the narcissist and helps you refocus your energy on the divine self. So here are the practical things that you can do. Number one, you really have to stop trying to change someone. You have to stop wanting to change a narcissist. Your life will begin to change when you start accepting what is. I mean, really accept what is. So if someone is derogatory, accept it. I don't mean you accept it like, yeah, my husband and wife's derogatory. Yeah, they embarrass me in front of the kids, the in-laws, make fun of me at work. Yeah, they have absolutely no respect for me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you surrender to the idea that this person does these things and there's not a thing that you can do about it to change it, and you are going to cross your arms, hold on to your energy, and no longer try to change it. So in essence, you're not resisting this person's energy anymore. And remember, what you resist persists. So when I dislike something about someone and I try to change that something, and that person dislikes something about me and they want to change or control me, our energies are very similar. The second thing that you want to do is you want to eradicate any idea in your head that if you give up and you let go, the narcissist wins and they think they've won. This is an ego issue. When we stay in arguments because we want to be right, and we think we're right, so let's say your narcissistic ex is cruel to the kids. He picks out one kid versus the other kid. He praises the one kid for being athletic and he puts down the other kid who is not athletic, it's more into reading, okay? This happens. So let's say you think that this is wrong. I agree with you. If we're gonna have a moral conversation, that's inappropriate. But if we're going to have an energetic conversation and we're trying to outsmart the narcissist, I have to look at this at a different angle, right? So if I think I'm right and I want to win the argument with the narcissist to the point where he or she says, I know I'm wrong, I know you're right, then I don't always recognize that the narcissist argues back and fires back with the same mindset. I'm going to prove her wrong. I'm going to tell her she's crazy. I'm going to tell her that she's inappropriate. I'm going to tell her that this kid should listen to everything I say and he should be afraid of me when I walk in the door. But at the end of the day, if you really slice deep to its core, we have one person who thinks they're right and they're trying to prove the other person wrong. And on the other side of the equation, we have the other person that's trying to prove their spouse is wrong and that they're right. So at the core, the energy is the same. You can't have a moral conversation around this, because you're not going to be able to win an argument with a narcissist. They're not open-minded. So if you have any idea in your head that you think that you're afraid to let go because the narcissist wins, you really have to confront that idea and let it go. That's how you outsmart the narcissist. Let them think that they won. Let them think whatever they want. Pull back and retract your energy from trying to control what happens between their ears. The third thing you can do is stop reacting every time they throw a grenade. The grenade only goes off if you pick it up when it comes to a narcissist. So I use the shutty method, or you can use the gray rock method. So, these two ideas work hand in hand. So shutty is I say nothing. So if you call me a name, I say nothing. I don't even give you a few words. I literally say nothing. I surrender to your faulty perception of me. I allow you to say and think and feel whatever you want to feel. Cognitive bias is real. When a narcissist says you are crazy, they have a bias that has them believing and justifying why they think you're crazy. I cannot jump into that soup and try to change what that person thinks. So I shutty, and I say namaste. This is a free will zone. You get to think what you want. You get to say what you want. And as long as I do not jump into that soup, right, I avoid your karma. I'm not getting in the way of your karma. So if you want to be derogatory, if you want to be unfair, if you want to be vindictive, if you want to distort stories to make them fit your narrative, by all means, you have an absolute right to do that. And I'm not going to get in the way of your karma. And I'm not saying that from a passive-aggressive place. I really mean it. You are allowed to come here and you are allowed to say what you say. You're allowed to do what you do. But there are laws that govern time and space, and none of us are going to escape them. And so when I stopped trying to win an argument, when I stopped engaging, when I stopped picking up the grenade, my life incrementally began to shift. That first day I shut my cell phone, I realized I didn't feel so anxious after a few hours. I actually felt better. I put the phone down. I didn't pick up the grenade. I let him do whatever it is he needed to do. And then at the end of the day, delete. I stopped picking up the grenade. One of the things that might help you is understanding that when someone refuses to change in your life, it's an absolute opportunity for you to change. And that was a huge aha and a huge breakthrough for me when I realized that, wow, because these people in my world refused to change, I was forced to change. And so I'm getting goosebumps again. What's really difficult to understand is that narcissists generally, unfortunately, don't change. And they are on their own life path. And hopefully in time, they will learn what they need to learn in order to change. In my life, pain was the greatest motivator. I finally got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I got sick and tired of playing by rules in my head that just didn't work. Right? Thinking that if I'm the good one, thinking that if I'm the people pleaser, if I'm the rescuer, thinking that if I'm the one that has no needs, certainly this is the way to experience happiness. And it's a bunch of malarkey, okay? It doesn't work when you don't love the self. It doesn't work when you don't put the self first. If anything happens, the opposite effect happens. People disrespect you. You save your entire life for your children, and then you die and they get the pool in the backyard, right? So you don't enjoy your life, you don't enjoy your money, I'm going to save this all for my kids, and then you die and your kids get the extension on their house. Meanwhile, you lived in, this little tiny house. You have to learn to enjoy your life. You are an heir to the universe. You are divine at your core. And the only reason so many of us don't experience the abundance we deserve is because we don't ask. And we don't ask because we don't believe. And we have been taught that it's selfish to put the self first. We should worry about other people. We should give people the benefit of the doubt. We should allow people to walk all over us. We should always forgive and always forgive, right? We don't allow ourselves to set a boundary with other people. And then we become rageful ourselves, and then we become angry. Then we exhibit symptoms of borderline personality disorder because nothing that we've done is working. We keep throwing ourselves into the mouth of a lion. We keep falling for the same love bombing. We keep trying the same things, right? What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same things and expecting a different result. And so, yeah, we're exhausted, we're frustrated, and it isn't until we really are sick and tired of being sick and tired and we start asking the right questions. Hey, if you love this content, don't forget to check out the next video, and you can go to my website and take the codependency quiz.